'Cause I got you. I couldn't ask for anything better. When we're together.
Leaving physical therapy for the last time. Unless I have a flare up, I can always come back. We're praying that I don't have a flare up, but I am going to miss these people. I've been with them for 4 years, so it's hard to say goodbye. So today is Thursday, March 30th, and I am leaving my last day of my physical therapy appointment. I've been with my physical therapist, Harold, for 4 years, as well as being with my specialist, my doctor who has saved my life, Dr. Young. I was with him 4 years, and last I saw him was a couple of months ago or more, so it was hard to say goodbye, and it's really not goodbye because they'll be in my life if I should ever need them again. They've been with me for 4 years. They know my case. They know all the healing journey that I've been on. So if I should ever need them, I can always come back and get the help that I need. And I have their contact information, so I can always say hi, either through email or I can stop by the office, and they'll love to see me, and of course I'll love to see them, and I can always stay in touch, so that's good. And same with my physical therapist, Harold. He's so sweet. These doctors and therapists have been one of a kind. They not only have taken me on a physical healing journey, but a spiritual and emotional journey, because they've heard my fears and my concerns and my sadness, and they've been there to encourage me and give me hope and reassure me and support me emotionally and even spiritually. It's like God blessed me with these team of doctors that have just been a blessing, a saving grace to me, and I can't thank them enough. Today I just brought my my physical therapist a gift. I did the same thing for my doctor when he retired. I did the same thing, except with him I got him a tumbler, which I'll put a picture in the corner here, and it said the same thing with on the gift that I got Harold. It said the same thing, but I couldn't find a tumbler for Harold, my physical therapist, because those are popular. Anybody can use that to drink water, smoothies, or whatever. They maintain your drinks nice and cold for hours at a time. But they didn't have one for physical therapy that would come in time. And so then I found this journal. It's like a notebook. You can call it a journal notebook. And it has that camel kind of color, leather feel to it. And it has a physical therapist message. And I believe it says something. I'll put a picture in the corner here too. A physical therapist is hard to find. Impossible to leave, and hard to forget. I might say that a little bit backwards, but you'll see it in the picture here. And that same thing was on the tumbler to my doctor, except it said a doctor, and this one said a physical therapist. And then it came with the pen, but I got him a set of pens, like 5 pens with different colors, and on each pen it said thank you. I couldn't find any that said physical therapist, but it said thank you, is which I really wanted to let him know that I'm so grateful to him and so thankful for everything he did for me, especially Harold, because Harold, Dr. Young, my specialist, he did the same thing, but me and Harold had a connection spiritually, and me and Dr. Young had a deep connection emotionally, where I became a part of his family. He became a part of mine. Just the procedures that he did were the healing, saving grace to my body. Without him, I would not have made it. He was the beginner of all of these team of doctors. I mean, he just went above, and I mean above and beyond, with everything that he did for me. And he's the one that offered me his personal information, contact. An easier way to contact him than just having to go through the office. And I will forever be grateful to him. And he put me in the right hands he put me in the hands of Harold here at Physical Therapy, and I just love Harold. Harold was not only a key person in my healing physically with all the different procedures and techniques and exercises and stretches that he showed me, but we had a connection spiritually as well. So we talked a lot about God and a lot about, positivity and what God says and what God does. I mean, we just had that like Bible devotional kind of connection. He's there, and to have that for me, I knew God had put him in my path, and so he was, and he also he saw me cry, he saw me sad, and he just was like, "Don't give up. I'm here with you to the end. Don't give up. Things will get better. This too shall pass." And he's one of the big reasons, along with Dr. Young, that I kept going. I had more time to talk, even though Dr. Young always made time for me. He went above and beyond the time limit of appointments, and he answered my every question, heard my every feelings and stuff like that. But I think physical therapy is a bigger setting, a more intimate setting. So me and Harold were able to really bond. So I'm definitely going to miss these doctors and this therapist of mine, but it reassures me that if I should ever need them, because my back is never going to be perfect, it's so much better, and I've come a long way. Last year I was 4 months bedridden, in such an excruciating and pain and difficult. I fell into deep depression. I wanted to end it all. I didn't think I would survive it, and it was because of them. Of course, the love and support of my family, of course, number one. God pulling me through and healing me, and of course putting into place these team of doctors. And so I've just been so blessed. I had a 2019 episode where I was bedridden for 2 months, and that's when I met them and they got me started. And then this thing happened last year in 2022 where I was bedridden for 4 months, which was a little bit different. It all came from the central nerve system, the sciatica nerve, but it was in like different parts, different nerve pains. 2019 was in that same nerve family coming from the nerves, but it was a different nerve, where versus 2022 was the sciatica nerve and the other was just nerve central. So yeah, so they left me with amazing techniques. Plus I have a therapist in the pool at my gym, which is Martin. I love Martin. I actually had 3 in the gym. I started off with Justin, and then I ended up with a young lady named Janny, and then I got Martin there. All super, super sweet. We all had a super, super connection, and they all left me with great techniques. But them at the gym, I'll be able to continually see them for sure because I have a gym membership. So I will continue to enjoy the gym for all it has. It has the pool, the hot tub, the sauna. It has everything. Of course, all the equipment. So, and me and my family all have a membership there, so we'll be able to go enjoy, the health club as a family. But my therapist will be there. They're there on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I definitely will go on those days. And they said that even though they're not directly having a patient appointment with me, that they will be more than happy if they see me to guide me and answer any questions, even if they have a patient right there. So that I will continue to have, even though it's not a one-on-one, but they'll be like right next to my arm where I can get any questions answered or get any guidance or help. So that's reassuring. And then of course I can enjoy everything of the membership. But Harold I wouldn't see unless I had an appointment with him, but I definitely, like I told him, I would stop by and say hello, stuff like that, kind of keep in touch that way. And then Dr. Young, of course, he gave me his email. I didn't think to ask Harold for his email. I like when people offer it to me, and I think he didn't think about it, but I'm sure he would have given it to me. But I know I can always stop by here or somehow call him and say, can I speak to Harold? Stuff like that. Wish him a happy birthday. So I'll definitely will be in touch with Harold. I was with him most of the time. And so, yeah, so God has truly, truly blessed me. I know my back is tainted. It's not perfect. Once something is tainted, you're always going to have some problems. but I've come so far in my healing journey that if I continue to do all the techniques and the exercises they showed me, that I'll be okay. But I have to keep in mind that my back is tainted, that I'm going to have nicks and kinks here. I'm going to have pain here and there. Some are going to be a little bit worse than others. According to the doctors, I'll never go through what I went through in 2019 and last year. That'll never happen, but they always have to leave a 10% gap. I don't need surgery. I almost had surgery last year, but I already had back surgery 20 years ago. So, but this one would have been a double-sided surgery, and it would have been more destructive. But they said in 2 years I would be back to the same place, so it wasn't worth it. And Dr. Young's procedure worked. So, yeah. I lost my train of thought for a minute there because I'm talking about so many different people. But so yeah, I know I'm going to have nicks and kinks. Some days are going to be hard and some days are not so hard. But if I have my go-to stretchy bands. I have different ones at home, but he made sure to give me another one of these, which is a little bit stronger, resistant, and just so much better. And of course, he left me with printouts. I don't have it here. The last time I saw him, he left me with printouts to refresh my memory on if I forget any of the exercises. And I took a video of one of the step stools that he gave me that my husband's going to build for me at home. So, yeah, so I'm going to have nicks and kinks, and so I have to be aware that I have to really do my part in, taking care of myself so that these flare-ups aren't big, that it's something that ibuprofen, ice, heat, and rest can control, and of course exercises and being in the gym and stuff like that. So I'm definitely ready. We could have asked for more therapy, but he said, let's just save those in case you have a big flare up and you need to come back. First of all, they'll know that therapy really, really worked. And so if you ever need it again, they'll say, hey, it worked for her before. It can work for her again. We're going to approve it. And he said, we'll save that for in case you have a flare up, which is so nice. It's like almost like a guaranteed insurance. So I appreciate that. I feel so blessed. So right now I'm going to go home. My throat has been really dry lately. I don't know if it's the weather or what. It's really cloudy. I have to go home. My house is always super, super clean, disinfected, and organized. That's just the way I roll. But we're having an annual inspection. And, you just want to... I was already in the process of spring cleaning where you get a little bit deeper and you get rid of some stuff that you don't need because the season just changed to spring and you're getting ready for spring and summer. And so I was already in the middle of spring cleaning where I was getting rid of stuff and going deep. Like I do my oven. I do like a basic cleaning on my stove. I clean my stove every day. The oven I'll do like once a week or every 2 weeks, depending on how much we cooked in it and how much it needs it. But definitely once a month I do a deep cleaning, and so I was already in the process of that. So it just worked out for the annual inspection that everything is just, good to go. Everything's working, everything's good. And so it's our time to go around the house and just actually look, is there anything that is not working as good as we want it to work that they need to fix it and replace it? Is there anything that we need? Anything we could do on our part to make things better for ourselves, more importantly. And of course, to always have a pleasant and great, inspection. We always do that. We take care of, we rent, but we take care of people's houses as if they're our own, and we leave it even better than what we had gotten it in the beginning. That's just the way, the people that we are. So I'm just gonna go, everything is done, so I'm just gonna go and just do my touch up that I do in the morning. I just go around the house. I sweep and mop at night before I go to bed, and then I sweep always again in the morning and mop. So I'm gonna just do that, have some breakfast, and just just tidy up whatever it needs to be tidy up. But it's just so clean, organized. There's really nothing to do. But my OCD tells me, just give it another wipe. This is how I've always been since I was little, kid you or not. Always been so clean, showering twice a day, always going things over and over just because to make things clean and fresh. And so it hasn't changed as an older person. So, yeah. So that's what I'm going to go home and do. And just have some breakfast. My daughter usually comes today. So I looked on Life 360. She hasn't left her house, which usually sometimes she'll come with her husband. They'll travel together, so she'll come really early. Like Tuesday, she came really early. And then my granddaughter goes to my room and wakes me up. And then on Thursday, she kind of like lets her husband go and just kind of sleep in. And then she'll get to my house when she gets there. But it's Tuesdays and Thursdays and Sundays are definitely the days I see my granddaughter, my other daughter. My other daughter, Carolina, she comes every day because she works here in our town. And so she comes every day after work, and then she waits for her husband to get off, and then they kind of go home together. So she'll be coming. She'll get off at 12:15. It's about 9 something, I want to say right now. No. It must be about 10 something, almost 11, because my appointment was 8:45. It's a 45-minute appointment. I've been out here for a minute. So, yeah. So the family's gonna be together today. Last night I had a flare up and I just took ibuprofen, and my husband ordered some pizza so I didn't have to cook or anything, and it was good. So yeah, so that's where we are. That's what's happening with my therapy. I'll include in this video the last pictures and any videos that I have of my therapy process. I have so many, and I think I've done a video before on my physical therapy and doctors and where I am in my healing journey since I've had that being bedridden for 4 months last year. And I'm actually starting PTSD classes next month on the 18th, and it goes all the way to the 23rd. It's via Zoom. It's every Tuesday from the 18th of April to the 23rd of March. So I'm looking forward to that, because what happened to me in 2019 and last year, where I've been bedridden both times, really gave me PTSD. I used to think PTSD belonged to military people, and my doctor's like, oh God, no, it's anybody who goes through a tragedy, a trauma, a huge fear. So, and I definitely had that. I still have it anytime something starts to hurt. I feel like I made the wrong move. It's just like scares me. Being in the shower scares me a little bit, because that happened where my back just froze and got completely numb and paralyzed in the shower. It could actually happen anywhere. It just so happens that I was in the shower when it happened, but I relate it to the shower. Not that the shower caused it, but that I clearly remember I was in the shower. So I almost sound like the Legally Blonde movie where she goes, were you in the shower? Did you do it after the shower? She goes, I think the judge is like, I think she's established that she was clearly in the shower. so you got to see that part on Legally Blonde. And so, yeah, so I have a huge fear that this will come back, and I know the doctors have reassured me at 90%. That's pretty good. My therapist, my specialist, all of them, surgeons have reassured me. But, you just can't help. It's happened twice now. And I don't ever want to go back there, and you can't help but to have that huge fear. So I'm hoping my doctor, my specialist, actually recommended me to these classes. So I'm so happy to finally do them, and I can do it from the comfort of my home. They're going to last like 3 hours. So I'm hoping that this will really help me, also be a part of my healing process mentally and emotionally. So, I have mental illness the type of mental illness where it's depression, anxiety, stress. I've gone through that. I've gone through really dark holes, which I never want to get into. And I'm glad that I've learned to have tools to run to when I'm in that dark place, when I'm really going through it, that I have tools to run to. Journaling is one of my hugest ones. Of course, spirituality. I'm very spiritual, so reading my Bible, reading my devotionals are huge. So that and my journaling are huge. Of course, the love and support of my family, and just, music, spiritual music. I have a lot of tools to run to that I learned to have at all times, because it can happen at any time. So already having mental illness where I suffer from depression, anxiety, and stress. So to have this PTSD class, I think it's going to be a life-saving thing, a life-saving grace for me. And I think it's going to be the completion. even though I'm always going to have, and like I said, I'm so thankful and blessed to have these team of doctors that have been with me so long and have helped me through this healing process physically, mentally, and emotionally, and that I can always run to them if I should need them again, which is a blessing to me. But I have my God and my spiritual journey, which is huge and deep, and then I have this PTSD class, and I think it's just a full circle moment of I just got a message from my husband. Full circle moment. So to have that whole package is just a blessing. I thank God for everything He's done and given to me and my family, and for pulling me through this journey, and just always answering my prayers, always being there, keeping me strong. I always pray, keep me spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically strong to face and survive anything and everything comes our way. That's a huge part of my prayer. So I'm already at 20 minutes on this video, but I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about my last day in physical therapy, how far I come, what are my options going forward, and stuff like that. So the next part of this video, or the rest of this video, will be pictures and video clips of my physical therapy journey, whether it's in the pool or here. I would have liked to take more pictures and videos, but we have a HIPAA law. So, we cannot really take if there's other people in the room. I always said if for some accident I would get somebody, I would blur their face out. But it was only directly for me, but they had to follow HIPAA law. So I was able to get some clips and photos. So I'm going to add whatever I have here, whether it's the past year, the year before, up to the current year. I'll add this to this video. And just so you can see what my journey, I wish I had more detailed video clips and pictures, but like I said, that HIPAA law really prevents them. They didn't have a problem with it, but they're working for a company that does really go by the HIPAA law, which I totally respect and understand. I just wish I would have got more, because it is my personal journey. Sometimes I have my daughter kind of doing it for me, but making sure nobody else was in the video, because you want to respect, and I totally understand and support HIPAA law, but I wanted to document my journey, and it is my journey to do that. So I'm going to put on here whatever I have, and granted, it's going to go back these 4 years if I can find everything, and it's going to go to the current time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, because that's the only way you get heads up on every time I upload a video. Like, comment, share, all of that great stuff. I have so many videos coming. I have the Autism Awareness Month, which is April Autism Awareness Day. We're back to physically marching again after 3-year absence because of the pandemic. We've been virtually present with contests, drawings, and giveaways, but it's so excited that my labor of love, the march that I created and founded, we could physically get back to marching. So I'm going to take you on that whole journey, preparing, shopping for the gift baskets, stuff that we bought for the march, all that stuff. I'm going to take you on the whole journey, and much, much more. So thank you again so much for watching. Continue to watch the rest of this video, where I add photos and videos of my physical therapy journey. So until my next video, take care.